Okay, I want to show you how to export your Works Cited page um, to Google Docs so that you can add it to your paper when your paper is completely finished. I am in Noodletools. I'm going to click on my Ben Franklin research project, coming down to the Components section, clicking on Works Cited. Now, the default when we add sources for each one, if you look, I'm going to look at this first one and click Edit. The default down at the bottom is to include this source in my final Works Cited. Now, if you ended up using information from each source that you put in your bibliography in Noodletools, that would be absolutely fine. You could just do that. But if you happen to have a source that you did not use information from, because I asked you to gather at least 4 sources and I told you you only have to use 3. So I went in and added an extra source right here, this Ben Franklin in his own words, because I don't have anything from that in my notes. And so I'm going to go down to the bottom of this page and I'm going to uncheck that because I don't want that to be in my Works Cited page when it exports. So notice how now that one says omitted from print and export. That means that these other 3 sources are going to be in my list. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this down arrow next to print and export, going to click print export to Google Docs, and you will notice that it is going to open an additional window, and that is going to be a new Google document. Now if you'll notice up here at the top, look at the title of this document, Sources for Research Ben Franklin Elster. Now that Research Ben Franklin Elster is the name of the Google document that Noodletools created that my paper is in. But this is a new and separate document. It is Sources for Research Ben Franklin Elster. And notice that all that we have in this document is the title, centered, Works Cited, and we have then the sources. Now these should be in alphabetical order, so we can check that, and they should be left aligned, and any additional lines for individual citations should be indented, which they are, as you can see. So this is absolutely done, ready to go. You can check, see that it is in Times New Roman, it is in 12-point font, it is double spaced, I believe, but let's make sure. We can highlight it and click on our spacing. Yes, it is double spaced. It looks to me like there's an extra space right here, and I really don't know why, but I'm going to just take that out. Let's see. Yeah, still double spaced. Okay, so now this is exactly what needs to go into my paper. So what I'm going to do is, instead of dealing with this separate document, I'm just going to highlight and copy all of that, and then I can go back to Noodletools. I can open my paper and I can scroll down to the very end of my document, and I can go down, I can click Insert Page Break. That takes me to a brand new page, and then I can just click Paste, and my Works Cited page appears on the last page, a separate page of my document, Research Ben Franklin, Mrs. Elster. Changes are saved, and now that is done. So that is the way that you are going to need to do that. This is basically like the last step in the paper, because we want to make sure that you know what you've actually used and what needs to be on this Works Cited page. But this is how you are going to complete that step.